Good morning. Sorry, good afternoon. Continue the story of Teptepuimaka, the Stalactite. Unfortunately, the secret went far and beyond the islands, and everyone heard the reports of the killing of Captain Mastranol and his 12 crew, captured of Topi and his influence on Kamehameha. The West Islands government of the Four Corners were all known as the Four Fierce Islands of the modern world. Tapakau, Locau, Vacau, and Macau. They were the bigger islands and are more modernized, influenced by Europeans, and it was a mix of different races. They had modern transportation such as sailing boats, guns, cannons, and modern weapons. They were ruled by white Captain Lupas, Marcus Patus, and Litotes. They were very strong together when they joined armed forces, and they were a mixture of Kamehameha and the White Companions. Lufus ordered, I do need a big war boat from each island to go out there and conquer the Kamehameha and brought Toby back to justice. If they resist, and destroying every living thing being on the island, and even Toby. All the islands were ready on board, give their direction in a loudspeaker. Queen Pouli, nobles and islands, this is the direction to be followed. Handing Topi or every living organism in this island will be destroyed in a second. Signed, Captain Lufus. Hinehina told the queen to not resist. Follow every instruction and comply with whatever he says from the boat. For our safety, they are too strong, and the white is running the islands. They have modern weapons. They will kill everyone in the island with one cannon. He told the queen, please let me go. He kissed her and surrendered himself to the Captain Lufus. It was believed that 4 white men were floated to the island and married the islanders and became very powerful, hijacking any boat that came around their territory. Hinehina was taken back and was put to trial. He told them everything and asked, please save his island and take his life. I beg you. They agreed. In saying that, you sign a treaty that will officially you volunteer to be executed and leave the island of Kamehameha to be once ruled by its queen-owned people. The trial sealed and was set for a Monday morning. By Friday night, one of the escaped warriors, Manioketama, who ended up in the island, took off in a canoe and informed the queen. Sunday morning, the bland adept was set, and the queen thanked you. Bless thy soul, said Queen Pouli, and hugged the good spy. Queen Pouli, today with my fellow islanders, we fight, and we probably all dead fish. We cannot live a life under the commands of the insane. I'm going to rescue my king and my soulmate, a warrior who sacrifices his life to save us and our children. A great man we're fighting for, and not only that, he is my lover. Everyone was laughing and thought that's their last laugh. The queen was leading his fellow men from the front row to rescue her white chief. They used dry logs and hid under and swarmed to the 4 corners, and they arrived in the morning and hid in the bushes. Send the spy Manioketama to go and let Hinehina know that we are attacking the four corners in any time, whispered Queen Po'uli. Hinahina received the message. My cause, my queen, you bring hope, and I'm going to fight alongside with Mehmet Hinahina. This time Papalolo appeared from nowhere at the beach. On his meditation, bring the queen luck. Let it be done to fulfill the dream of the great ancestors. We are fighting for the right purpose, and does it not matter how many times our island falls? It only matters to see a great leader, a hero, my child who rises at him post and fight again. He smiled and woke up and realized he was only dreaming. You are my hero, my queen, kissed his queen. Never mind. They want you. They have to come through the face. Laugh. I know, whispered Hinahina, and he thanked everyone. My deepest heart, thank you all, says Hinahina. Let's do it now, like the current that crushing to our rocks, says the queen. Not long, the Kamehameha attacked the four corners and brought every warrior in front of the queen. I will give you a chance because you saved the island and plan to execute Hinahina. So in return for their favor, you leave and never return. The children will stay at the island under the guidance of my chosen nobles. But if you try to lend foot in these islands, then you will be sent to the Skull Place. It was whispered among the trailers and sailors that they were drowned at sea and did not make it to an island. My child, your first big judgment was a great one. It's the heart of the great kings. He woke up, he's still dreaming, smiled Papalolo. Let me kiss you, my queen, and everyone dancing around singing and celebrating the victory. This time Papalolo sang the lullaby. He woke up, it was only a dream, and he smiled. Queen Po'uli and her white chief ruled for some years of peace, no slavery. They were starting to contact the outside world through Hinahina. Queen Po'uli had ruled the four corners, Kamehameha, and the neighboring islands of Kostovi, Motuku, Tukwali, and the Vekas group. She became the greatest ruler in the history of these islands, and a much respected female figure who viewed her as the living legend, or, on the other note, the living goddess. Very unfortunate, Queen Po'uli was sleeping at the beach, and she had a dream which was a nightmare. This is not right. I am not appeased. Look at me. I was changing into a wild beast. She walked in her beast form and looked at her shadow in the river, and there her reflection spoke to her. My child, you are never a human. You are an ugly beast. You are my child, Queen Kaute. You are a beast. I'm going to tell you that you are never a human. She woke up and realized she has been dreaming. She hurried on land and told Hinahina. She was scared of her dream and decided, I will go to the deserted island of Kamakama. So if my dream comes true, then I'm away from everyone. And if something happens, I might change in the island without anybody knows, so no one gets hurt. And there's a new life began when she escaped. While she was on the island at night, he was running in frightful, and she fell in a deep hole. She reached the side of and found an error magic, so she trained and changed to a half woman, half boar. Well, at least I'm not that scary as was in my dream. She smiled. She was very happy with that much better than changing into a monster at night rampaging the whole island. Not long after everyone realized the missing of the queen. The disappearance of the queen was a big concern to Hinehina. I ordered you all to search for my lover, our queen. It was unfortunate she never found. When the warriors came to the island of Kamakama and searched the caves, she hid in one of the dark caves, right up on the roof. The king cried, "My queen, my love, I have been looking for you for days, hoping you come and hold me." This homesick eats him every day, he cried, refused to eat, and very crumply and isolate himself. Sadly, he lay that died heartbroken. "I will always love you, my queen," finally whispered before he died. Papalulu was at his side on his last wish. Papalulu dried his tears and closed his eyes. Lulu meditated. "My wonderful child, you died in honor of your great heart. The spirit of our great ancestors takes your soul to paradise." The funeral of the great king before he died, he asked Papalulu, "Please appoint my 7 poi, Ikataane, to the throne, because I have no sons or daughters, and I have loved Ika as a son since his younger age and up to now. I love him still," whispered Hinehina to the wise owl. "It will be done to fulfill the wish of the dying king," says Papalulu. The appointment of Ikataane ruled well like Hinehina. Queen Pouli, by any chance, found the evil magic once and trained it, and she became like Fehuluni's evil image. And her guardians told the story about Fehuluni and Taufatahi in their old image. When they fight, so she decided to name her Fehutahi. "I am Fehutahi, the mixture of all strong powers, and I am the ruler in the court of this island," screamed Fehutahi. She was so powerful that she can change into any creature she wishes and could change anything into any creature. I appointed his new chiefs to have their celebration and get married to Ma'anu, one of the high chief daughters of one of the islands. Ika likes swimming. That's why he got his name. He swam like a fish. By any means, a strong current came, and he cannot swim back, and wash him to Kamakama Island. "Help! Help! I'm floating." He was so tired and float like a dead person on the surface of the ocean. "One good soul is missing. Hopefully, he won't turn back like the other," whispered Allah. He laid gently on the backside of Allah, the Queen Mother, who was able to change back in the turtle form. Ika was able to make up to the beach, and very exhausted, he laid half dead at the beach. At this time, Fehutahi was swimming somewhere at the beach at a beautiful girl shape, spotted Ika, and knew straight away that this is their son they raised. So she quickly changed in her monster form and took Ika to the dark cave where she has an army of bats, rats, and other creatures, monsters. This time, Allah Turtle watched Fehutahi closely. Sometimes I think she is human, but this moment I know she must have found Fehuluni's magic bottle. That's enough for now. Bye for now. Blessed day.